Hello, and welcome to today's deep dive. I am so happy you are here with us. I am your main host, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yes, it is great to have you. So today, our deep dive is made specially for you, the English learner. We are going to speak slowly, calmly, and very clearly.
Exactly. We want this conversation to be easy to understand. We will use simple English to explain some really big, amazing ideas.
Right. And if we use a difficult word, do not worry. We will always stop and explain what that word means in simple English.
So, what is our big topic today?
Well, I want you to imagine your day. Just think about your normal day. It probably feels like a train that is running way too fast.
Oh, yeah. Like you were running next to the train, just trying to hold on.
Exactly. You were sprinting, which means running very fast.
Yeah.
Between work, your family, going to the store, cooking, you are just utterly exhausted.
Exhausted means super tired, like zero energy left.
Yes, totally exhausted. And then into all of that crazy stress, imagine someone gives you a heavy textbook and they say, hey, it is time to learn English.
That sounds terrible. I mean, when you are already that tired, your brain just screams, I have absolutely no time for this.
Right. Adding a huge learning project to your busy life feels, it feels impossible. You look at your schedule and it is totally full.
It is a very normal feeling. Actually, I think it is the most common feeling in the modern world.
Yeah.
We are always doing too much.
But we still really want to learn, right? If you are listening to this, you want to improve your English.
Yes, the desire is there. You want the skill. You want to speak well.
So today, our mission is to explore a brilliant idea. We call it small time. Big English.
Small time, big English. I love that name.
It is great, right? This is not just about English, though. It is really about human psychology. Psychology is how our minds work.
Right. We are going to talk about how to stop waiting for the perfect time to study. And instead, we will use tiny little pieces of your day to make huge progress.
Because usually teachers tell us we need to study for a long time. They say, go sit at your desk for an hour.
And that idea just makes us feel scared. It makes us want to run away.
Exactly. So today is about the exact opposite. We are going to make learning so easy that your brain cannot say no.
Let's start with that first problem, the idea of the perfect hour.
Yes, the myth of the perfect hour. A myth is a story that is not actually true.
Right. We all have this dream in our heads. We imagine a beautiful, clean desk. The sun is shining through the window. We have a hot cup of coffee.
And a brand new notebook.
Yes. And we think, I am going to sit here in total quiet and study English for 1 whole hour.
It sounds like a movie. It is so beautiful. But let's be honest. Is that real life?
No, not at all. For most adults who work or have kids, that perfect hour just does not exist.
But because we believe we need that perfect hour, we get stuck. If we do not have 60 empty minutes, we just do not study at all.
Exactly. It is an all or nothing mindset. All or nothing means you either do it perfectly or you do zero.
And that is a trap. Because think about what happens. You are already stressed, and you tell yourself, I need to study for an hour today.
Your brain actually hears that as a threat. A threat is something dangerous.
Wait, really? Studying is dangerous to our brains.
Well, your brain's main job is to save energy. When you say, we need to do 1 hour of hard work, your brain says, no way. That takes too much energy.
Oh, wow. So your brain tries to protect you.
Yes. It creates a feeling of resistance. Resistance is when you strongly do not want to do something. So you start to procrastinate.
Procrastinate, that is a great word. It means you delay doing something. You say, I will do it tomorrow.
Right. You sit down to study, but suddenly you think, oh, I need to wash the dishes first.
Yeah.
Or I need to clean the floor.
Yes, I do that all the time. I think I am just being lazy, but actually my brain is tricking me to save energy.
Exactly. So we wait. We say, okay, Sunday afternoon. Sunday will be quiet. I will have my perfect hour on Sunday.
But then Sunday comes, a friend calls, you have to do laundry, the hour disappears, and then you just feel guilty.
Guilt is that bad feeling when you think you did something wrong. And feeling guilty every week makes you want to quit learning entirely.
So we need to throw away the perfect hour, and we need to use something else. We call it broken time.
Broken time. It sounds a little sad, but it is actually a wonderful thing.
It really is. The idea is that we do not have an empty hour. But we do have tiny pieces of time broken up all over our day.
Right. Think about your day. You have 3 minutes while you wait for the water to boil for your tea.
Yes. Or you have 5 minutes standing outside waiting for the bus.
Or maybe 7 minutes lying in bed before you go to sleep.
These are the broken pieces of time, but usually we ignore them.
We ignore them because they feel too small. Your brain says, well, I cannot learn English in 3 minutes. That is useless.
But it is not useless. I love this beautiful picture we can use to understand it. Think of your day like a necklace.
A necklace, like the jewelry you wear around your neck.
Right. Imagine just one tiny bead. A bead is the little round piece on the necklace. If you hold one bead in your hand, it looks very small. Feels like nothing.
But if you put one bead on a string every single day, what happens?
Eventually, you get a beautiful full necklace. Every 5-minute moment is just one bead.
I love that. You do not see the necklace on day 2.
Yeah.
But after a month, you have something real.
But I have to ask a hard question here. It is really easy to ignore 5 minutes because it just feels so small.
Right.
It's just like finding coins under the sofa. Like, finding a little bit of money is nice, but those coins will not pay for my house. Why does 5 minutes actually matter for learning?
That is a great question, and it is the biggest mistake learners make. Coins under a sofa do not grow, but learning does grow. It compounds.
Compounds. That means it grows larger and larger over time, like a snowball rolling down a hill.
Yes, because with the human brain, doing a little bit often is much better than doing a lot just once.
So frequency, how often you do it, is better than duration, which is how long you do it.
Exactly. If you study for just 5 minutes every single day, you send a signal to your brain. You tell your brain, hey, we see this English stuff every day. It must be important.
Oh, I see.
Your brain thinks this is important for our daily life. So it builds strong roads in your mind to remember the English words.
Wow. But what if I study for 3 hours, but I only do it one time a month?
Your brain says, well, that was strange, but we did not see it again. So it must not be important, and it forgets everything.
That makes so much sense. So 5 minutes every day keeps the road open in your brain.
Yes, it is biologically powerful.
Okay, I understand why 5 minutes is important now, but to be honest, I still do not want to open my book when I only have 3 minutes.
All right, starting is always the hardest part.
It really is. So how do we fix that? How do we stop being afraid to start?
We use step 1 of this method. You have to make a tiny promise.
A tiny promise. And when we say tiny, we mean really, really small.
Yes. So small that it feels almost silly. A promise your brain literally cannot say no to.
So not, I will study for an hour, but something like, I will read exactly 1 paragraph.
Or, I will listen to English for exactly 3 minutes. Or, I will learn only 1 new word today.
Just 1 word. I love that. There is a great story that explains why this works. It is about exercise.
Oh, the New Year's resolution story. Everyone knows this feeling.
Right. On January 1st, someone decides, I am going to exercise for 1 hour every single day. I will run, I will lift weights, I will be super strong.
We have all tried that.
So on day 1, they go to the gym, they work really hard. Day 2, their muscles hurt, but they go again.
And then what happens on day 3?
They quit. Their body just says, no, it is too painful. It takes too much energy.
The plan was too big. So what is the fix?
The fix is the tiny promise. Instead of an hour, the person says, I'm only going to do 5 minutes of stretching.
Just stretching for 5 minutes. That sounds very easy.
It feels almost stupid to put on sports clothes for just 5 minutes, but because it is so easy, they actually do it. And they do it the next day, too.
This is a huge point. People think that if something is easy, it is weak. We think we have to suffer to see results.
But easy does not mean weak. Easy means repeatable.
Repeatable. That means you can do it again and again.
Yes. If you can repeat it every day, that is where the power is. The tiny promise is like a trick, a Trojan horse.
A Trojan horse.
Yeah.
That means a secret way to get inside your brain's defenses.
Exactly. When you say, I will read 1 sentence, your brain does not feel scared. It says, sure, 1 sentence is easy. We have energy for that.
And then once you start reading that 1 sentence, the fear is gone because starting is the only hard part.
Right. Often after you read 1 sentence, you naturally want to read a second one. You're already there, so you just keep going.
But even if you stop after 1 sentence, you still win. You kept the habit alive.
Okay, so the tiny promise works. But I have a new problem. My memory is terrible.
Many people forget their new habits.
Yes, I can make a great tiny promise on Monday, but on Tuesday, I completely forget about it. I do not want to use all my brain power just trying to remember to study.
And you should not. Relying on memory is a bad idea. That brings us to step 2. The habit hook.
The habit hook. This is such a smart idea. A hook is something you use to catch or hold something else.
Right. You take your new tiny promise and you hook it to something you already do every single day.
Something that is already a strong routine in your life.
Exactly. You do not create a totally new schedule. You just look at your normal day.
Let's give some real examples, like listening to 1 short English podcast while you make your morning tea.
Or looking at 3 vocabulary words exactly when you sit down on the bus to go to work.
My favorite one is about brushing your teeth. The rule is you speak 1 English sentence out loud right after you finish brushing your teeth at night.
That is a perfect habit hook.
Yeah.
This is called habit stacking. Stacking means putting one thing on top of another.
But why is this better than just setting an alarm? I used to set an alarm on my phone for 7 p.m. every day to study.
Well, alarms do not work well because they need motivation. Motivation is that feeling of wanting to do something.
And motivation is an emotion. Emotions change all the time.
Exactly. Sometimes you feel happy and motivated. But if it is raining or you had a bad day at work, your motivation is gone. It disappears.
You cannot trust motivation.
Right. But a routine is different. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not wait to feel motivated to brush your teeth.
No, that is funny. Nobody watches a motivational video to brush their teeth. You just do it. It is automatic.
Yes. Your brain does it automatically.
Yeah.
So if you hook your English practice to your toothbrush, you do not need motivation. You put the toothbrush down and the English sentence comes out.
It happens at the exact same time in the exact same place every day.
Speaking of that toothbrush habit, speaking out loud is so important.
Yes, let's talk about speaking. Because when we say speak 1 simple sentence, we run into a big problem for learners. The trap of fancy English.
Fancy English. That means using big, difficult, complex words.
So many learners are perfectionists. They think, if I cannot speak perfectly, I will not speak at all.
They wait and wait. They want to sound like a professor.
But waiting is a terrible idea. You have to start with incredibly simple sentences. Like, I feel tired today, but I finished my work.
Using simple sentences is a biological requirement. You have to do it.
Biologically, like it is about our bodies.
Yes. Learning to speak a language is not just a brain activity, it is a physical muscle activity.
Like going to the gym.
Kind of. Your brain might understand a word when you read it, but your physical mouth, your tongue, your lips, your voice has never made that specific sound before.
Oh, that makes total sense. Fluency is actually muscle memory.
Yes, it is exactly like learning to ride a bicycle. You can read a book about how to ride a bicycle, but until you physically get on the bike, you will fall down.
So you know the rules, but your body does not know the feeling.
Right. Your brain knows the English word, but your mouth is untrained. If you try to use big, fancy words immediately, your mouth feels awkward. You stumble, you make mistakes, and then you feel embarrassed.
And when you feel embarrassed, you get scared and you stop speaking.
Exactly. So simple sentences help your mouth practice making the sounds without stress.
Real English begins with your real life. Just describe your boring day. I am walking to the kitchen. I am drinking water.
It sounds basic, but it trains the muscles.
Okay, so we have our 5 minutes. We have our habit hook. We are speaking simple sentences, but we have to talk about the biggest danger, the thief that steals all our broken time.
Ah, yes.
The smartphone.
The smartphone. Our phones are amazing tools, but they're also traps.
The key word is tool. A hammer is a tool. You use a hammer to hit a nail. When you are done, you put the hammer away.
Right. A hammer does not try to get your attention. It does not send you notifications.
Exactly. But a phone is designed to pull you in. It takes your attention away without you even knowing it.
There is a really funny story about this. It is called the weather trap.
Oh, this happens to everyone.
Yes. You pick up your phone because you want to check the weather. You just want to know, is it going to rain today? Do I need a jacket?
That is your only goal. Check the weather. But you unlock the phone, and immediately you see a little red dot on your social media app.
So your thumb just touches it automatically.
Yes, automatically.
Yeah.
You do not even think.
Yeah.
Then you watch a short, funny video, and then the app shows you another video. Then you read the comments.
And suddenly, 20 minutes have passed.
20 minutes are gone. You put your phone down, and you realize you still do not know if it's going to rain.
You completely forgot the weather.
Yeah.
That is automatic behavior. The phone controlled you.
Yeah. So how do we fight this? We cannot just throw our phones in the garbage. We need them. Our English podcasts are on our phones.
Right. We need to use two tools, purpose and friction. Let's talk about purpose first.
Purpose means having a clear reason for doing something.
Yes. Before you unlock your phone, you must pause for just 1 second. Just stop and ask yourself one question out loud.
What is the question?
You ask, what am I here to do?
What am I here to do? That is it.
That is it. It sounds too easy, but it wakes up your brain. It stops the automatic zombie mode.
Because usually we unlock our phones like zombies. We are not thinking at all.
Right. Asking the question turns on the thinking part of your brain. You say, I am here to check the weather. Or, I am here to listen to 5 minutes of my English podcast.
Okay, that is purpose. But sometimes the apps are just too tempting. We need more help. That brings us to friction.
Friction means making something slightly harder to do.
The physical trick is to move your apps around. Put your learning apps on the very first screen of your phone. Make them super easy to touch.
And take all your social media apps, the ones that steal your time, and put them inside a folder on the last page of your phone.
Now, I have tried this. I put my fun apps in a folder called Time Wasters.
Did it work?
Well, it worked for 2 days, but then my thumb learned where the folder was. It only took 1 extra second to find it and open it. It became automatic again. So, does friction really work if it only takes 1 extra second?
That is a great point. Your thumb does learn the new path. But that one extra second is still powerful. There is a phrase, 1 second can save 10 minutes.
1 second can save 10 minutes. Explain that.
When you pick up your phone to waste time, your brain is asleep. It is an automatic habit loop. You unlock, swipe, and tap.
I can do it without looking.
Exactly. But when you move the app into a folder, you create a glitch, a mistake in the system.
So my thumb goes to tap the app, but it's not there.
Right. Your thumb hits empty space, and in that 1 second of confusion, your brain wakes up. You think, wait, where is the app? Oh, it is in the folder. Why did I put it there?
Oh, because I'm trying to stop wasting time.
Yes, that 1 second of friction forces you to wake up and make a real choice. You might still open the folder, but you are not a zombie anymore. You are choosing to do it.
That is so smart. It is like a speed bump on the road. It does not stop your car, but it shakes you so you wake up and pay attention.
Exactly. And to keep it working, you should move the folder every week. Keep changing where it is so your thumb never fully learns the automatic path.
Keep the friction alive. I love that. So we have our 5 minutes. Our phone is not distracting us. We are ready to learn. But what do we actually study?
This is a huge topic because if your study is boring, you will quit.
Yes. Learning cannot feel like a punishment. A punishment is a bad thing that happens when you break a rule. High school classes often felt like a punishment.
Humans naturally run away from things that are boring or painful.
So the key to learning every day is to connect English to things you actually like, your real interests.
Things like cooking or traveling or sports or makeup tutorials.
There is an amazing example about a guy who learned English by watching football, soccer, for some listeners.
This is a perfect example of natural learning.
This guy did not sit with a dictionary and study a list of sports words. He did not memorize the words run, kick, and score.
No, he just watched football games with English commentary. The commentary is the person talking about the game.
Right. So he watched the game and he heard the man yelling, pass, score, defend, attack.
And he heard those words exactly when the players were doing the action on the TV screen.
He learned the words naturally because he loved football. But why does this work so much better than a textbook?
It works because of context. Context means the situation around the word. When you use a textbook, you do a math equation in your head.
A math equation, like 2 + 2.
Yes, but with words. You learn the English word and equal sign and your native language word, like umbrella equals parapluie.
So when I hear the word umbrella, my brain has to pause, translate it to my language, understand it, and then translate my answer back to English.
And that translating takes too much time. That is why learners freeze when they try to speak. Their brain is working too hard.
It is exhausting. But how does watching football fix the translating problem?
Because context gives your brain a direct picture. Imagine you are watching a video about a man in a bad rainstorm. You see the dark clouds, you hear the rain, you see his clothes getting wet.
Okay, I can see it.
And the man says, "Oh no, I forgot my umbrella." Your brain sees the rain and it sees the object keeping the rain away and it hears the sound umbrella.
So your brain connects the sound directly to the physical object. It skips the translation.
Yeah. Exactly. The word umbrella does not mean the word in your language. It means the thing that stops the rain. Less translating, faster understanding.
And because the video is interesting, you actually care about it.
Right. When you are interested, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical that makes you feel happy, and it acts like a save button for your memory. You remember things that you care about.
That is so cool. Dopamine is a save button. Okay, so we should consume English that we care about. But there is a trap here too.
Yes, a very common trap. Passive consumption.
Passive means you are not doing anything active. You are just sitting and listening.
Like watching TV.
We have all done this. You listen to a 1-hour English podcast, you nod your head, you feel so smart and productive.
And then 1 hour later, you try to remember what you learned.
And your mind is completely blank. You remember nothing. Zero.
That is the illusion of learning. It feels like learning, but it is not.
So how do we fix it? We use a tool called the one-sentence method.
One-sentence method, it changes passive listening into active practice.
Here is exactly how it works. After you listen to a podcast, you do not try to remember 20 words. You do not try to write a summary. You just pick exactly one useful sentence from the whole podcast.
Just one single sentence.
Yes. You write that one sentence down on paper, you say it out loud, and then, this is the most important part, you change the sentence to fit your own life.
Let's explain why that specific order is so powerful. First, picking only one sentence removes stress. If you try to remember everything, your brain overflows and you remember nothing.
One sentence is easy. It is a tiny promise.
Exactly. Second, writing it down physically helps your visual memory. Third, saying it out loud trains the muscles in your mouth, like we talked about earlier.
But what about the last part, changing the sentence to fit my life?
That is the magic step. Humans are selfish. We remember things much better when they are about us.
So if the podcast says, the man is walking to the coffee shop, I change it to, I am walking to my office.
Yes. When you change the words to match your reality, you force your brain to actually understand the grammar. You take ownership of the sentence.
You make it yours. But there is a problem. Speaking out loud makes many people feel shy.
Shyness is a huge block for language learners. The fear of sounding silly.
People do not want to practice because they are afraid someone will hear their mistakes. So the advice here is simple. Practice alone.
Yes. Go to your bathroom and talk to the mirror. Or put earphones in your ears and go for a walk.
If you have earphones in, people on the street just think you are on a phone call. They will not think you are crazy.
Practicing alone creates safety. When you feel safe, your throat relaxes. You can breathe. If you feel scared, your brain stops learning and just tries to protect you. You have to feel safe to train your mouth muscles.
That makes total sense. To help with this active practice, there is a simple rule. It is called the 3 R's.
Receive, repeat, respond.
Receive, repeat, respond. Let's break that down. Receive means you just listen. You hear the sentence in the podcast.
Right. You catch the sounds.
Then repeat. You say the exact same sentence out loud. You try to copy the sounds and the emotion perfectly.
You act like a parrot.
And finally, respond. This is where you change the sentence to fit your life. Make your own version. Receive, repeat, respond.
Doing this stops you from getting sleepy while listening. You have to actively catch the words and throw them back. It builds very fast connections in your brain.
But doing this takes time. And that brings us to what I think is the most dangerous trap in learning today.
Oh, this one is brutal. The trap of collecting versus deep practice.
Yes, I feel so guilty about this. We all do it.
It is the ultimate digital illusion.
So you decide you want to learn English. What do? Download 5 different language apps on your phone. You save 30 videos to a YouTube playlist. You buy 3 different grammar books online.
And then, what do you actually do with them?
Nothing. You do absolutely nothing. But in the moment when you are downloading the apps and saving the videos, you feel so good. You feel incredibly productive.
It feels like you are studying, but you're really just hoarding. Hoarding means collecting too many things and never using them.
Why do we do this? Why does it feel so good to just click download?
It is our friend dopamine again. When you save a video, your brain thinks about the future. It imagines you speaking perfect English.
So I get the happy feeling of success, but I did 0 hard work.
Exactly. You get the reward without the effort. You become addicted to finding new materials, not actually learning them.
Look at all my books. I am basically fluent already.
Right. But having too many materials creates a huge problem. When you actually sit down for your 5 minutes of broken time, what happens?
You look at your phone and you have to choose. Do I use the app, the podcast, the video, the book?
Yes. And making that choice takes mental energy. Having too many options makes you feel confused. Confusion creates friction. And what happens when there is
You
friction?
give up. You just close the folder and look at social media instead.
Exactly. Too many choices kills your tiny promise.
So the solution is very strict. It is called the 1-week resource rule.
Constraint breeds focus. Constraint means limiting your choices.
The rule says choose exactly one resource, like one single podcast episode, and commit to it for an entire week.
Ignore everything else.
Let's walk through an example. A 7-day plan using just one podcast episode. Because this totally changes what studying means. You do not need a new episode every day.
Deep practice beats fast collecting.
So, day 1, joyful listening. Just listen. Do not stop the audio. Do not look up words in the dictionary. Just enjoy it and try to get the general feeling.
No stress on day 1.
Day 2, extract just 3 words. Find 3 words you do not know, write them down, and learn what they mean. Just 3.
Very manageable. A tiny promise.
Day 3, repeat 5 sentences out loud. Practice the physical mouth movement.
Getting that muscle memory.
Day 4, record your own voice on your phone saying those sentences.
Now, that is terrifying for people.
It really is scary to hear your own voice, but it is so necessary to hear where you are making mistakes. Then day 5, write your own original sentences using those 3 words from day 2.
Self-referential learning, connecting it to your life.
Day 6, listen to the episode again while going for a walk. Test how much more you understand now compared to day 1.
And you will understand so much more.
And finally, day 7. Leave a comment on the creators page or talk to a friend using what you learned.
One single episode used for a whole week. That is deep practice.
Think of attention like a flashlight. If you wave a flashlight quickly around a dark room looking at 50 different things, you do not see any details.
Right. It is just a blur.
But if you shine that flashlight on one thing for 7 days, you see every single detail clearly. You truly master it.
Exactly. You stop skimming the surface and you actually dive deep.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing. Habit hooks, active practice, 7-day plans. But I can hear a listener thinking, does this mean I have to study every single second of my life?
That is a very dangerous thought.
Yeah. People might think every time I wait for the bus, every time I drink tea, I must work hard. Am I just a robot that only studies?
If you try to turn every free second into hard work, you will crash.
Crash, meaning you will get burnout. You will be completely exhausted and quit.
You are a human being, not a machine. Rest is a biological requirement for learning.
Rest is part of learning.
Yes. But we had to make a very big distinction between true rest and fake rest.
True versus fake rest. I love this. Let's explain it. Because not all downtime is real rest.
True rest actually gives you energy back. Things like getting 8 hours of sleep, taking a walk outside without your phone, sitting quietly, and drinking tea.
And the incredible thing is, true rest is when your brain actually saves the English words.
Yes. Memory consolidation. That means moving short-term memories into long-term permanent storage.
Like saving a file on a computer.
Exactly. This saving process happens when your brain is off task, when it is wandering, or when you are sleeping. If you are constantly putting new information in, reading, watching, listening all day long, your brain never has time to save the files.
So if you never rest quietly, you actually forget the things you just learned.
You overwrite the data. So true rest is vital.
So what is fake rest? Because I think a lot of us do fake rest and think we are relaxing.
Oh, definitely. Fake rest is the exhausting stuff in disguise.
We have a test for this. It is called the alive versus empty test.
It is a very honest test.
Fake rest is scrolling on your phone for an hour, or watching a TV show you do not even like, just staring at a screen. Your body is resting on the sofa, so you think you are resting.
But you are not. After you finish the activity, you must ask yourself one question. Do I feel more alive or do I feel more empty?
Alive or empty? When I scroll on my phone for an hour, I feel empty. I feel drained. Why?
Because your body is still, but your brain is running a marathon. You are looking at a funny picture, then a sad news story, then an angry video. Your brain is working so hard to process all those different emotions every second.
It is like putting your brain in a blender. It is so much work.
Yes. True rest refills your energy. Fake rest steals your energy and it leaves you too tired to do your tiny promises.
I'm going to write that question on my wall. Do I feel more alive or empty? It changes everything. Okay, so we know how to rest, we know how to study, but then real life happens.
The chaos of reality.
Yes. You make a perfect plan, but then Tuesday happens. Your boss makes you stay late at work, your child gets sick, the dog eats something bad, and you have to go to the doctor.
Life always ruins perfect plans.
And when a rigid, perfect plan breaks, we feel terrible. We feel heavy guilt. And then we quit. But our framework, small time, big English, bends. It does not break.
To survive real life, you need the ultimate rule. We call it the next day rule.
The next day rule. It is so simple, but it gives you so much peace. If you miss a day of your tiny promise because life is crazy or you were just too tired, there's no drama.
No drama, no guilt, no punishing yourself.
You do not say, oh, I am so lazy, I'm terrible. You just calmly start again the next day.
The danger is not missing one day. Missing one day does not ruin your progress. The true danger is letting the guilt make you miss a whole week.
Right. You miss Tuesday and you think, well, the week is ruined. I will just quit until next month.
That is toxic thinking. Your goal is not to be a perfect learner. Your goal is to be a returning learner, someone who always comes back.
You have to be a kind guide to yourself, not a mean boss yelling in your head.
Exactly. Building a language is like building a house made of bricks. Every day you put down one little brick. If you drop a brick on Tuesday, you do not burn the whole house down.
No, you just pick up a new brick on Wednesday and keep building.
But there's a trap here, the comparison trap.
Oh, this is the worst feeling. You are being kind to yourself. You are laying your one little brick every day. You do your 5 minutes, and then you open social media.
And you see a 22-year-old who speaks 6 languages fluently, plays the piano, and is a millionaire.
Yes. And suddenly you feel awful. You look at your little bricks and think, my progress is so slow. It is pathetic. Why am I even trying?
We constantly compare our messy, slow, real life to someone else's perfect internet life.
There is a beautiful analogy for this to help us stop comparing. Learning a language is like growing a plant.
A small green plant in the dirt.
You have to give your plant a little bit of water every day, just a little. You do not dump a massive bucket of water on it once a month. That will kill the plant.
Right, little bits of water, 5 minutes a day.
But the most important rule is you must never compare your tiny growing plant to someone else's massive, fully grown tree.
That is so true. When you look at the fluent speaker, you are looking at a giant tree.
And you feel bad because you only have a little green leaf. But what you do not see are the years of invisible watering that built their tree.
You are comparing your day 10 to their year 10. You do not see all the days they dropped a brick. You do not see their broken time on the bus. You just see the big tree.
So the rule is stay focused on your own dirt. Just water your plant today.
Be consistent with your own 5 minutes. Let time do the heavy lifting.
I love that so much. Okay, let's take a moment and put all of these ideas together. We covered a lot of ground today.
Yes, let's review the journey.
We started by destroying the myth of the perfect hour. We learned that waiting for 60 free minutes is a trap.
Instead, we embraced broken time. The 3 minutes here, the 5 minutes there, the scattered beads that build a beautiful necklace.
We learned how to trick our brain's fear of hard work by making a tiny promise. A promise so small that starting is completely painless.
And we made sure we actually remember to do it by using habit hooks, attaching our tiny promise to an automatic routine, like brushing our teeth.
We fought against the phone trap by pausing with purpose, asking, "What am I here to do?" and using friction to wake up our zombie brains.
We discover the power of context, learning through things we love, like football, so our brain stops translating and starts directly understanding.
We stopped passive listening and started active practice with the one-sentence method and the 3 R's. Receive, repeat, respond.
We completely changed how we study by ignoring the urge to hoard apps. We chose the 1-week resource rule for deep, meaningful practice.
We learned that true rest is a biological need to save our memories, and we learned to avoid fake rest that leaves us feeling empty.
And finally, we accepted the chaos of real life. We used the next day rule. No guilt. We just water our own plant and ignore the big trees on the internet.
It is a complete system. It is not just about English. It is a blueprint for living a better, less stressful life.
And that leads to a really profound final thought for our listeners today.
Yes. Think about everything we discussed. A single tiny promise, just 5 minutes on a bus, can build a whole language over a year. It compounds.
The math works. But if it works for language, what else does it work for?
That is the question. What other huge, scary areas of your life are you avoiding right now just because you do not have a perfect hour to fix them?
Is it your money? Are you avoiding looking at your bank account because you tell yourself, I need a whole Saturday to fix my budget?
Could you make a tiny promise to just log into your bank for 2 minutes while your coffee is brewing?
Is it your health?
Yeah.
Are you waiting for the perfect gym schedule when you could just do 5 minutes of stretching right now?
Is it a relationship? Are you waiting for a perfect weekend to see a friend when you could just send one quick voice message while walking to the store?
The principles of small time and big progress apply to absolutely everything. The perfect hour is a myth in every part of human life.
Broken time is all we actually have. But the beautiful truth is, broken time is all we really need.
That is a wonderful place to stop for today.
So your challenge for today, right now when this deep dive ends, find your one small moment. Find one little bead in your day, make a tiny promise, and keep it. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like this episode and subscribe so you never miss our simple, clear conversations.
And we want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Keep it simple. Just tell us, what is your one tiny promise for today? Just one sentence.
We can't wait to read them. Be a kind guide to yourself today, and we will see you next time.